There was a man who acted before he thought. He spoke before he considered the consequences. He was passionate, energetic, and impulsive. His name was Simon, and one day, someone looked at him and said something that would change his entire life. "You are Peter. You are a rock." But Simon did not feel like a rock. He felt unstable. He felt uncertain. He felt like someone who would always make mistakes. Yet in that moment, everything shifted. Because sometimes transformation begins not with who you are, but with who someone else believes you can become. This is his story, and it might be your story too. Welcome back to Learn English with Great Minds. I am your host, and today we are beginning an extraordinary series about one of history's most dramatic personal transformations. We are exploring the life of Simon Peter, a man who went from being impulsive and uncertain to becoming the foundation of an entire movement. Over the next 3 videos, you will discover how Peter overcame his deepest weaknesses and became unshakable. But more than that, you will learn the English vocabulary and expressions that describe this journey. Each word you learn will give you insight into transformation, faith, and human potential. If you want to understand what real change looks like, if you want to discover your own hidden strength, and if you want to improve your English through powerful stories, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this series. Because the transformation you will experience here is real. Let's begin. Before he was Peter, he was Simon Barjona, an ordinary man, a professional fisherman from Galilee. He had spent his entire life on the Sea of Galilee. He knew the water. He understood boats, nets, and the unpredictable nature of his trade. He was experienced. He was skilled. But there was something else about Simon that defined him more than his profession. He was impulsive. He spoke before thinking. He acted without considering the consequences. He had passion, but this passion often led him to act rashly. He would jump into situations without understanding them fully. He would make decisions quickly and then regret them later. He believed in the God of Israel. He believed the Messiah would come. He had faith in the promises of his ancestors. But here is something important to understand. Belief and faith are not the same thing. Belief is accepting something intellectually. You can believe something with your mind. You can know the facts. You can understand the logic. But faith is different. Faith is trusting something completely, with your entire being. Faith is acting on what you believe, even when you cannot see the outcome. Simon had belief, but he did not yet have faith. He had the knowledge, but he lacked the conviction. He lacked the confidence to act on his beliefs. He lacked the inner certainty that would sustain him through difficulty. And then everything changed. He met someone, a man named Jesus. And in that moment, his life took a completely different direction. In Matthew 16:17 through 18, something extraordinary happens. Jesus looks directly at Simon and says, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, because this truth did not come to you from mere flesh and blood. It came from my Father who is in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." Do you understand what Jesus is doing in this moment? He is not simply having a conversation with Simon. He is renaming him. He is giving him a new identity. From Simon, which means God hears, to Peter, which means rock. A rock. Something solid. Something immovable. Something strong and unbreakable. Something that does not shift or change with the wind. And in that moment, Jesus is making a profound statement. He is saying, you are not who you think you are. You are not unstable. You are not weak. You are not someone who will always make mistakes. You are a rock. Now, this renaming is not merely symbolic. It is prophetic. The words Jesus speaks have the power to become reality. Simon becomes Peter. The impulsive becomes the stable. The uncertain becomes the foundation. The man who doubts becomes the cornerstone upon which the church will be built. But this transformation is not automatic. It is not like flipping a switch. It must be tested. It must be proven. And the first test comes immediately. So what does it mean to be renamed? What does it mean when someone sees potential in you that you do not see in yourself? It means you have a choice to make. You can continue believing what you have always believed about yourself, or you can accept the new identity that is being offered to you. Simon had spent his entire life believing he was impulsive. unstable, someone who made mistakes, someone who could not be trusted with important things. This was his identity. This was how he saw himself. This was how others saw him. But Jesus saw something different. Jesus saw the rock beneath the impulsiveness. Jesus saw the strength beneath the uncertainty. Jesus saw the potential beneath the weakness. And now Simon had to decide. Would he continue living as the impulsive fisherman, or would he step into his new identity as Peter, the rock? This is where the real transformation begins, not in a single moment, but in the decision to accept a new identity, to believe in yourself the way someone else believes in you. How many times have people told you who you are? How many times have you accepted their definition? How many times have you believed their negative assessment of you? But what if someone looked at you and said, "You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you know. You are a rock"? Would you believe them? Would you accept that new identity? Or would you continue believing what you have always believed about yourself? This is Simon's challenge, and it is your challenge too. Here is the first principle of transformation. Your identity determines your reality. If you believe you are weak, you will act weak. If you believe you are unstable, you will make unstable decisions. If you believe you are a failure, you will fail. Your identity is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. But the reverse is also true. If you accept a new identity, your behavior will change. If you begin to see yourself as strong, you will act strong. If you see yourself as capable, you will take capable actions. If you see yourself as a rock, you will become unshakable. Simon's transformation did not begin with a dramatic event. It began with a new name. It began with accepting a new identity. It began with believing what Jesus said about him. So here is my question for you. What identity have you accepted about yourself? What story have you been telling yourself about who you are? Are you the person who always fails? Are you the person who is not smart enough? Are you the person who does not deserve success? Are you the person who will always be impulsive and unstable? Or are you ready to accept a new identity? Are you ready to be the rock? Are you ready to be strong? Are you ready to be capable? Because your transformation begins not with changing your circumstances. It begins with changing your identity. It begins with accepting who you truly are. Let's review the key English words from today's video. These are not just words. They are concepts that will help you understand personal transformation. I will explain each one clearly, with examples. When we say Simon was impulsive, we mean he was a person who acted or did things quickly, without thinking carefully about the consequences. He did not pause to consider what might happen. He simply acted. In the sentence, Simon was a professional fisherman, we understand that he was a person who caught fish as a job or a hobby. A fisherman is someone whose work involves the sea, boats, and nets. Simon had done this his entire life. He was not just someone who fished occasionally. He was a professional. He knew the sea. He knew the techniques. He was experienced in his trade. When we talk about belief, we mean the acceptance of the truth of something, usually without proof or without complete understanding. For example, you believe the sun will rise tomorrow. You have not seen tomorrow yet, but based on your experience, you believe it will happen. Simon believed in God. He believed the Messiah would come. He accepted these truths based on his culture and his upbringing. But believing something is not the same as acting on it completely. When we say someone has confidence, we mean they have a strong belief or feeling that they can do something well. They trust their own abilities. For example, a student has confidence in mathematics when they believe they can solve difficult problems. They have studied. They understand the concepts. They trust themselves. Simon lacked confidence. He did not believe in himself. He doubted his own abilities. He was uncertain about his own worth. But Jesus believed in him. Jesus saw his potential, and that belief in him would eventually create confidence in himself. Identity is who you are. It is the collection of characteristics, beliefs, and experiences that make you unique. Your identity is how you see yourself and how others see you. Simon's identity was, I am an impulsive fisherman. I am unstable. I am someone who makes mistakes. But Jesus offered him a new identity. You are Peter, You are a rock. You are stable. You are strong. These words tell a story. A story about how transformation begins with identity. A story about how someone else's belief in you can change your life. When you understand these words, you understand not just English. You understand the language of transformation itself. Now you understand the beginning of Peter's transformation. You understand that change begins with identity. But Peter's journey is far from over. In the next video, we will see him tested in ways he never imagined. We will see him face his deepest fears. We will see him walk on water. But before that, I need you to do 3 things. First, like this video. Share that you are ready to accept a new identity. Share that you are ready to be a rock. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications, because in just a few days, you will see what happens when Peter is tested by fear. Third, comment below. Tell me, what identity have you been accepting about yourself? What new identity are you ready to claim? I read and respond to every comment personally. Remember this: you are not who you think you are. You are who God believes you can become. You are a rock. Until the next video, work in silence, pray in silence, transform in silence.